Hello, I'm Di Galvan. Today, the city is featuring local comedian Joanna Estrada during Women's History Month. Joanna, thank you so much for joining me today in our TVSA studios. I am one of your biggest fans.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting to hear. I never know how to answer that. I never know how to respond to something like that.
Well, I'd like to start out by asking you, what was it like growing up in San Antonio, our hometown? What's your favorite part about being a resident here?
I think that it's just so rich in family-rooted culture. I think that that's what I love so much about San Antonio. I mean, we have Fiesta and we have all these other amazing events, but I think what stands out the most to me in San Antonio is that we have a deep root in love for family.
Absolutely.
And that's important to me.
Agree, absolutely. So how did you get started in comedy, and where was your first onstage performance?
First onstage ever performance was in high school. I graduated from Southwest High School and I just started doing theater, and it was at that moment that I realized that I really enjoyed the adrenaline that I felt with a live audience looking back and reacting to the way I presented a line or the way I said something, was where I was like, okay, I like this. I like this very much.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Is it difficult, in your opinion, for women to enter into the comedic industry?
Yes, in general it is, and I think in particularly a Latina comedian, because there are only a few that probably come to mind that have made it, that have truly made it in this industry. And Latina comedians only represent 1% of stand-up comedians. So it's unbelievable. It's not very big, but that alone in itself is very difficult. My age is also a factor. I'm 41 years old. You know, I'm not a spring chicken, and Hollywood, you know, has a very specific type. So that in itself can make it a bit difficult. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any comedians that have inspired you, and who would you like to open for on stage?
There's a plethora of comedians that have inspired me. One in particular, I don't believe she ever did stand-up, because stand-up was not the way that I ever wanted, that I ever anticipated ending up. It just kind of fell in my lap. But Sherry O'Terry, she was from SNL. She was in the early 90s, and she was one of my favorites to watch on SNL. I absolutely loved every sketch that she was in. Her and Will Ferrell were in a lot of the cheerleader sketches. So she was one that really inspired me in comedy. Someone I would love to open for today would be Atsuko Okatsuku. She is an Asian comedian, and even though our styles are very different, I just truly admire what she's doing, and she's hilarious.
Well, I believe in manifestation, so let's just put it out in the universe.
Put it out there.
Put it out there.
Absolutely. I'll clean it up, Atsuko. I'll clean it up.
So what advice would you give to new comedians just starting out?
You got to take the plunge. I hear from a lot of comedians that have come up to me that are, oh, my family says I'm funny, or people say that I can really do this. Just get on stage. If someone gives you, go to an open mic. Open mics are for amateurs or for anybody, and you just don't know what person you may attract in an open mic, and that's kind of how things can get started for people. So I would just say take the plunge and go for it, and don't forget to record your sets. Always record yourself on stage.
Very good advice. What's the most memorable moment in your career so far?
Oh, goodness. So I'm a Texas born and bred San Antonio woman through and through, and my journey is growing slowly. And I was given an opportunity in Los Angeles to headline a show at the Laugh Factory, which is a lot of the greats perform at Laugh Factory. And so that in itself was just an honor, but I didn't have high hopes going there. I'm from San Antonio. I didn't think I just didn't have high hopes. I was like, perform for whoever shows up, and I'm just gonna be grateful. And for me to sell out that show in a state that's not my own, and a city that is very competitive, was huge. It was very huge for me.
So tell me, do you use San Antonio references in your comedy act as well? And do you do reference your hometown?
I do. I actually just recently referenced, I kind of poked fun a little bit at the fact that Charles Barkley always makes fun of that we're that we're heavy set. And so I said something along the lines with, I don't know why he says we're all so fat. I mean, it's so hot down there. It's like a sauna. We're so skinny. Like, I don't get it. So kind of threw a little bit out there. I do talk about my Spurs too, but very few and far. But yes, I do. I always pay homage to San Antonio.
That's great. That's great. And do you incorporate your family into your comedy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Family for sure. A lot of the material that I have of my stand-up is, a lot of it is of my husband, for sure.
Yes.
We poke a lot of fun at him. He's such a good sport.
So you write your own material?
I do.
And so do you practice it with your family ahead of time, or how does that work? How do you
So some of the stories have been developed over time that I just had been telling my family throughout the years, that when I was actually serious about doing stand-up, I remember being in front of my family, but also strangers and friends that they would invite. And I remember making all of them laugh with those stories. And I thought, I'm gonna bring it to the stage and see how they develop. So yeah, that's kind of where it all started. So yeah, I guess to answer your question, I do practice with my family.
You practice with your family.
Yeah.
So what are the secrets for telling everyday jokes to get big laughs?
Over-exaggerate the scenario. My kind of comedy is I'm a storyteller. So it's having a little bit of the truth in there, but just adding más crema a los tacos, as they say, you know, just heightening it up, making it more hysterical, more dramatic, and act outs. I really enjoy acting out certain things. I'm a very expressive person with my face. So that's what I would say. Get to the point as quickly as you can with as much laughs as you can is kind of the trick.
Can someone learn to be funny on stage?
Absolutely. Absolutely they can. I have a friend that didn't think they were very funny, and they recently had an opportunity to do a little more time on stage, and they were like, I could not believe that just the ad-libs that were coming out of my mouth. And like, yeah, it just, sometimes the stage can consume you and you can turn into someone else. It's amazing.
So what are some of the biggest mistakes new comedians make?
Oh, I think for me in particular is being too wordy. I can be a little bit too wordy, or I started off being too wordy. And stand-up, the point is to get to the point as quickly as you can, but also make them laugh throughout that. So that was something that I learned along the journey. And I'd say maybe another mistake is knowing when dark comedy is too dark. It's finding that fine line. I don't mess with dark comedy. That's not my kind of thing, but that's what I would say, some common made mistakes of comedians, yeah.
So tell us about the different characters that you've developed, and do you have a favorite?
I do. I have a couple favorites. I haven't performed very many characters, but probably the first one that I started playing as a character is Tío Chon. It was myself and Samantha Nájera with Bean and Chisme. We created this dynamic duo of your typical tíos enjoying a beer and just getting after each other about football. And it was so organic to play that character that ultimately it turned into me seeking out other ideas and playing other characters, such as the one that's become the most popular, Doña Chona. And she's a 74-year-old woman who is still living her best life, and she's sassy and she's amazing. I love her.
I heard that she might even be in the building.
Yep, she texts me. That's my tia, by the way, my tia. She texts me. She's coming on the via, but she'll be here.
She'll be here.
She'll be here.
So stay with us. You won't want to miss meeting the sweetest lady, Doña Chona.
Hey, it is ChonaE, local San Antonio comedian, and I am downtown at the TVSA studios, located next to City Hall and the Plaza de Armas building. The TVSA studios are a great resource for local content creators. They have all the latest state-of-the-art video equipment and offer plenty of times for filming throughout the week. So sign up and become a TVSA public access producer and get creative today.
Welcome back. I'm Di Galvan here in the TVSA studios. In our first segment, we spoke with local comedian Joanna Estrada. And I am so excited to introduce you to a very popular resident of San Antonio, Doña Chona. Thank you for joining me today.
You're so welcome, mija. Thank you for having me in this place.
Well, you must be so proud of your niece,
Oh,
Joanna.
yes.
Have you seen her on stage
Oh,
doing
sí,
her
mi-
comedy?
Oh, see, all the time. Mija takes me to the shows and everything. She flies me out and all that. But she don't pay for the hotel. No sé por qué. She's feas modos. But anything. I like the show. Mija does real good standing up and comedy. Have you gone to a show?
I did.
Mija, that's
have
good.
seen her. She's wonderful. It
Oh,
was
thank
it
you.
was packed.
Oh, sí.
Packed. It was packed. It was packed.
Mija does very well. Toda la gente, they like to come. Lots of people.
Lots of people.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think of your niece mentioning you specifically in her comedy? Are you okay with it?
Oh, yeah. I get all chiflada, mija. It makes me very excited. Yeah, I like it very much. Y me pongo, I'm a famous now.
Yeah.
I'm a famous because of mija. Hi, everybody.
Are you a native of San Antonio?
Oh, sí, mija.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Yes.
Yeah, San Antonio, Texas, on the south side, mija. I lived over there by Palo Alto College.
So what do you like about living here in our hometown?
I like everything. It's a little bit too hot, mija. It's a little bit too hot, but I like the city. It's a very nice city. I have a lot of friends and everything. I have my family. My husband, he passed away a long time ago. He's buried here in San Antonio, Texas. And that's okay, mija. Thank you. But no, I love San Antonio, mija. Good food, good taquitos.
So I understand that you enjoy going to the community centers.
I do, mija.
What do you do there in your time there?
They have a dance class. I go doing the dancing and everything, and I have a lot of friends and a lot of duties in the center, mija. All the time they want to make me the organization and everything, but I'm real busy these days because, I have a lot of extracurricular activities I'm doing outside of the center too, mija. I'm real busy. Mm-hmm.
So you said that you listen to music there. So do you ever listen to music at the Market Square?
Oh, see, mija, you can find me in Fiesta with my flower crown. Ando baile with all the music and everything, fanfares coming around the bend, mija, and I'm gonna be there. Oh, yeah.
Do you like conjunto, cumbia, polka?
A mí me gusta cumbia, mija. I like a good cumbia, line dancing and everything, mija.
So one of the largest parks in San Antonio is actually the Riverwalk.
Is it, mija?
Yes. Do you like
Qué
to go
bonito.
down the Riverwalk?
I see, mija. Sometimes I like to pretend que yo soy Selena, Aunque I'm 74, I'm already an elderly woman in Social Security, but no, I like to go, mija. Porque ahí voy por ahí el via bus. It drops you off right there, mija. Oh, yeah.
Have you ever used the 311 call center to ask for help for anything?
Oh, yeah. I call it these days because I cannot find my clock, mija. So I call it to ask the time on 311. Y lo, the other day, mija, there was a cat in the tree. I could not get it out, mija, because I can't climb no more, So I called 311. They came and helped me.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. So I understand that you're going with Joanna to a couple of places where she's performing, because she performs regional all over Texas, and now she's moving out of state. She's going big time.
Oh, yeah.
So where are you going with her?
We're going in April 11th. We're going to go to San Marcos. It's very close. We're going there. Mija wants to take me, but Mija got offered 4 shows in the Covina Laugh Factory in LA, mija. Can you believe it?
Oh.
And we're going. Me va a llevar con ella. She bought me the plane ticket. Mija está haciendo dinero. Yeah. We're very excited and everything. And San Antonio is a very lovely place, and they treat her so well and everything. But it's very nice that Mija's getting, recognition and the big places too,
Didn't Joanna also host big music awards?
She did. Can you believe it?
Which one was that
She
one?
was the first Latina comedian host to host the Tejano Music Awards, mija, fíjate. I'm so proud of her, San Antonio. I'm so proud of Mija. She's doing very nice.
And did she co-host with someone?
She did with her buddy. His name is Big John the 747. She was in there with him, and he's from San Antonio too. He works for ACB, mija.
Oh, really?
Sign me, ACB. I like your panecitos.
So what else do you call 311 for?
Oh, pues, who's calling me? Hello? Okay, Don Guillermo, what are you doing calling me right now in this moment? I'm real busy, mijo. I'm at the studio in San Antonio and being interviewed by this woman. I've been calling you, Don Guillermo, and you don't answer me back. We're still going out tonight? Okay, qué bueno. You're going to pick me up? Aquí ando in the studio. I'm a famous now. I gotta go, Don Guillermo. I gotta go. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
Doña Chona, I'm going to let you go because
Uh-huh.
it sounds like you have a real hot date with Don
see.
Guillermo.
I'll see, mija, that's my secret love affair. He's taking me to the tower.
So nice to meet you. Thank
Nice
you
to
for
meet you, too.
joining me today.
Thank you, mija.
San Antonio, you're going to hear so much more about Joanna Estrada as she continues her success as a rising star in comedy. Thank you for watching.
Bye, everybody.